4th of July is coming up, and what better way to celebrate than by visiting Jared Hankins' Ski Town Americana art show that is being showcased here at the Raitman Gallery in Vail Village, happening through July 14th. So a perfect opportunity to enjoy summer and 4th of July. And we are here with Jared himself, the creator behind all of this work here today. Jared, thank you so much for meeting us here at the gallery today. How are you feeling? What's going on your mind as you have, your gallery here being showcased?
Not much, just excited to share some work and yeah. It's exciting. It's the time of the year. 4th of July is always fun up in the mountains.
Yeah. Always a fun time, and your work kind of showcases some of those feelings that come up during 4th of July, that nostalgia, some of those American values, or just kind of some of those memories that people have up here in the mountains. So tell me a little bit about your work kind of in general, and kind of where your passion for art started.
Yeah, this passion from art started a long time ago. I've painted professionally for about 25 years and been through all kinds of different series as far as stylistically and ink to oils and abstract to realism. This show particularly shows a lot of Americana and kind of iconic ski town imagery, things that kind of nostalgia that people lean into.
Yeah. And I love that. We're going to be kind of walking around through some of the pieces that are showcased here today. And I want to start off with this one that's kind of right behind you there, because it's quite interesting. We were talking about it off camera. It's called the Great Debate. Is that right? So tell me a little bit about some of the juxtaposition or the debate that is happening.
So since Vail's founding in 1966, there's always been a debate between Vail and Aspen of what who is better, who has better food, mountain, locals, ski town, the whole thing. And so this is two guys on a gondola debating over Vail and Aspen, with obviously the Vail iconic Gondola 1 against the Maroon Bells background. So it's kind of a subtle conversation piece for people that understand it, but I also wanted it to just be kind of a cool painting for, if you were passing by it just to, and you didn't know the history, it's kind of still entertaining.
Exactly. Yeah, the yellow kind of against the more neutral background definitely stands out, and I'm sure it will also spark a lot of conversation amongst those of us that do know kind of what's going on.
I think a lot of people are like, why are the Maroon Bells in back of a Vail gondola? But that's the whole point.
I love that. I love that you kind of tell that story through art. And I want to move, Jared, if we will, kind of through some of these pieces too that are kind of on the theme of the ski town, gondola, chairlift. Tell me a little bit about these guys.
The two chairs is obviously, I think it started with a rope tow and a T lift, but the two chairs is iconic in the sense of all ski towns and people finding nostalgia, and most people grew up with skiing on 2 and 3 chairs, before the 6-man lifts. Yeah. But I wanted it to be a little bit more whimsy and a little bit more of almost a carnival kind of vibe to it, and so having kind of the primary tones and bringing it back to a real simple space of just representing kind of ski life as it were.
Absolutely. Jared, let's make kind of our way down to check out some of the pieces. And I want to highlight also the art show, or the exhibit, is going to be happening here in Vail Village through July 14th. It's been happening already for a few weeks at this point. I know there's going to be a opening reception on July 5th. So tell me a little bit about that, and for folks who are interested in joining, they can do so.
Yeah, Friday, July 5th is obviously a popular weekend anyway. It's but we're gonna have Oscar Blues come and give some beers away for anybody that's over 21, and come down and hang out and get a koozie.
Absolutely. That's going to be happening July 5th, which is right after the 4th of July holiday. So if you're in town and want to come check out some of Jared's work and maybe grab a beer, as he said, if you're over 21, that'll be a perfect opportunity. And that all kicks off at 5 p.m. on the 5th.
Yeah.
Awesome.
5 to 9, I think, something like that.
All right. Jared, now tell me a little bit some of the pieces we have here behind us as well, and kind of what they represent.
Obviously music and ski towns go together pretty well. This piece dates back to a series that I did of famous guitars. This is John Lennon's 66 Casino. Oh, wow. And I had this idea in my head of painting these guitars, and I thought, whose guitar would I paint rather than what guitar? And so I ended up doing a series of these through the years of 7 different ones of iconic guitars that are kind of as identifiable as the people that played them.
Yeah.
And then obviously with some of the
ski boots and
iconography of the ski town and sort of, I think ski towns are typically kind of, they're in the same light of small town America, but they're kind of the West version of that, the same thing. And so it's sort of fun to lean into some of the iconography of the way I grew up, and the old rear entry boots and seeing people roller skate in the summers, and it's just it's a fun vibe to kind of capture some of the nostalgia of it.
Yeah, no, I like how you kind of combine that nostalgia, but also with some of those fun elements like the roller skates or the ski boots that are very close to many people here in the mountains with the ski boots and all of that. Behind us, Jared, I know are also some other pieces. The one we see back here has already been sold, is my understanding. But if you want to maybe highlight some of the last pieces.
I mean, some of this black and white series really dates back to I lean into a lot of the early photography of the American West, and these again, I want these to typically be kind of a landscape that anyone could recognize or like. But if you've been on that ridge line, you probably recognize where you've skied and the lines you've taken and stuff like that. And so as far as the 10th Mountain Division, these are, it's something that obviously is in this area, Camp Hale, and it's an iconic and really symbolic of this area, and why Vail exists and why a lot of the mountains around here exist is because of Riva Ridge and Camp Hale. So they're fun pieces. I know this piece is sold, but I do plan on kind of expanding this series and doing different adventures around.
As a Vail Valley local myself, I definitely recognize that view, and I definitely know kind of exactly where that is. So I appreciate highlighting some things that for many people, locals and visitors alike, I know they're going to find something that they can relate to through your work. So Jared, thank you so much for greeting us here at the gallery today in Vail Village. Your art is going to be on display through July 14th. So everybody that's in town, come check it out here in the heart of Vail Village, and maybe get a chance to meet Jared on the 5th as well and check out some of his work. So thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you. Come by, and the work will hang year-round, so you come by
awesome.
and check it out anytime.
Alrighty. Jared, thank you so much once again. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back with more of the show, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.